Exhausted of non-standard websites not letting you to scrape? In this video, I'm gonna walk through one of those webs and defeat it. So here is the page we wanna scrape. Never mind the language, these are prices and these are the names. Let's inspect this whole page. The HTML seems to be clean, right? But it's not that what it looks like. Look, here is the price and here is the name. So for getting both, we need to come through this whole thing. So let's click on it. Here it is. And now you see that for getting to this A class, we need to first come through a body class, then a div, again a div, again a div, and wow, how many div classes there are that we must one by one enter them. So we really don't want to use beautiful soup here, and we will just use Selenium and grab the data from the front page. Back to code. We will first import the libraries we need, and then of course go ahead. To begin, we will first do such a thing, and then we will open our driver like this. Till here we have opened our Chrome browser. You can use another browser, it's up to you. What we need now is to define a function to grab those data. So for that, I will define a data grabber function, and I will give a parameter as this URL, and of course I will open that URL. Okay, now let's see what we need to do. Now we have opened our page. Back to the page. We have two things we want to grab. First, this price, and then this name. You see that this name is a H3 element, and when I click on here it is. It's a H3 class, and the price is such a thing, is a span. So now we know something about the HTML. So here what I'm doing is to wait for the H3 elements and price elements to appear, then I will go through my web. Look here, it says wait up to 30 seconds until all the elements are ready. Based on the web page you are scraping data from, you can change this and after this. Now I will make two empty lists for storing those data. Oops. Okay, here I'm appending those products names and prices to these empty lists. I could do it in two separate for loops, but this is a more clean way for doing that. But if it seems complicated to you, you can first do for H3 elements in H3 elements, then products append, and for price element again separate. We will then return what we just did for sure, and I'm gonna make sure that it's in a list. I mean, I'm creating a list of lists because later I wanna write that data to a CSV file and it will help me there. Now we have defined that function that we wanted, but how to use it? If we want to just use it for one page, it's very simple. We can give the URL as its parameter to that function that we just defined and then have the data. But we really don't want just that, am I right? We want to go through all pages and grab all these data through all pages. So how are we gonna do that? For that, I'm gonna need to first define a base URL, which is our first page URL almost. And the interesting thing is that I will delete this number of page and I will show you how can I use that. I will first open my CSV file and then do the work. So write the data in the file directly. Here I will go through 10 pages. As you know, range won't contain the last number inside of it. That's why I wrote it like this. So I will have a new URL defined that is my base URL plus a string of I. So what we will do here is that when I is 1, I will have the first page, then the second page, because I will add the number here to the link. This is a very creative way that if we didn't want to use this, we must have used against Selenium to come here and click in this and then this and go through. So now that we have the URL, we need to use that function that we defined sooner, and the parameter will be new URL for sure. Then we need to write this data to the CSV file and make sure that you will use a delay method that you wait for your website to load. I will use a simple time sleep here and I will wait 10 seconds. I know it's a lot, but like this I make sure that my code will work correctly. Make sure to quit from the driver after doing the whole work and then print. Okay, we've done the work. Let's run the code. Okay, it seems to work correctly. It opened the page itself. Let's wait for the page to work. Let's wait for the code to work. It seems to work correctly. Okay, seems the code worked correctly. Just let's check it out. Yeah, it had worked correctly. You see the prices and the names all grabbed into our file. You may consider that I really cheated when I clicked on that thing that came. When we go to that page, it brings us such a thing that it says we have some new sales. Do you want to know them or not? And this is one of the problems of dynamic websites. If I don't get rid of this, I won't be really able to grab all the data I want. So, and for making sure you know, I must click on this to get rid of this. Let me inspect it. Okay, click on it. So you see that it's such a thing in the HTML. I won't fix that, but I'm telling you how to fix that. You will just need to inspect that, and as we did before, come and with Selenium, click on this and get rid of it. Check the full code in my GitHub. You will probably need to customize the code for your personal use. If you couldn't succeed, feel free to ask your questions in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to help this little channel improve. See you later.